Good evening, or good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a special edition of the Triple Bingo mini tournament featuring Team Edition. This is going to be a very special format where we of a runner and a router respectively, basically going into a bingo match. One of them will be doing the routing part, while the other one will be doing the running part. And we thought this might make up for a pretty interesting dynamic. And today I'm joined by lots of people, and first of all joined by Bry Guy, who's going to be my co-commentator for today. What's up, Bry Guy?
Hello, MCube. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I think this is going to be a very interesting way of doing bingo. And
Absolutely.
I'm also joined by two teams today, and the first team is Team Strangers, made up of Stravos and Dangers. Definitely very nice synergy there on the name part of things.
Lovely when things work out like that, hey?
Exactly. And there he already is, Dangers. I'm going to get to you first because as far as I'm aware, you are going to be the router of Team Strangers.
That is correct, yes.
So have you done, I mean, I know you guys have actually been practicing this kind of dynamic before, basically in like a friendly match. Let's call it a friendly match. And I think I was actually in that call on that day, or I think I was watching your stream at least. Sounded pretty good. Sounded like you guys had some synergy as well. And have you done any more preparation other than that?
I think that Stravos and I have a very similar approach to this game in general. We're a little bit more articulate. I think we're a little bit more on the, trying to figure out how things work from a very technical standpoint, which of course is easy for communication as far as teamwork is concerned. And then as far as practice, I mean, you see Stravos is going for some LakeClipper ideas maybe. And I've been studying some bingo boards the last couple of days, so hopefully we are able to pull something out there.
All right, and I'm also joined LakeClipper. Actually, that name basically came from Zinpars having incredible consistency with LakeClipper, and also obviously Smallland coming along with some definitely neat setups for the clips, as well as a full tutorial that you can easily find on YouTube as well. And I think I'm gonna start with wait, I actually completely ignored Stravos. Well, we get back to the runners later, but let's go to the router of Team LakeClipper, which it's gonna be Zinpars, the Triple Bingo Tournament champion. So yeah, Zinpars, what do you think about this idea? Have you been doing any practice together?
Me and Swan together haven't practiced yet, but I have done this once before as a runner though. So I actually haven't routed this yet, like in a team bingo, but I'm excited to try it. And I mean, since I've routed many bingo boards for solo matches, I think I should be fine. I just have to make sure that I communicate the route well.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be essential. And now, as we also get the chance to talk to some runners, I'm also going to get back to Stravos at some point. But now that we are with Team LakeClipper, Smallland, I know you've been doing tons of interesting stuff as far as this game is going, looking at some blindfolded run ideas. But bingo, obviously, pretty confident on bingo running as well. And yeah, what do you think about the idea? Do you have any imagination how this could go?
I really like the idea. It's like. So I signed up for it, of course, but I think I have a pretty good chance. I trust Zinpar's ability to route. He's one of the best, if not the best in the world at routing Super Mario Odyssey bingo, so I trust that. The only thing for me that I'm going to have to do is just do what he says. If I can do that, and if I can do that good enough, I don't have to probably do it perfectly, but if I can do it good enough, I'm pretty confident we have a good chance.
Yeah, that's so interesting, right? Because these guys obviously very good at running the full game, or even if it's just ILs of the game, whatever they do, they're obviously very good runners. And bingo takes like 80% of your brain capacity on trying to come up with a route, and like even these micro routes when you're in kingdoms trying to get done with different objectives such as like timer challenges or to demons, and that gets fully taken way, so the runner can fully focus on running and his strats that he's confident with. So definitely super interesting dynamic. And Stravos, who's known to be one of the best runners in the world, as he has proven in one of these tournaments before, as well as his high ranking on the leaderboards, is going to be the runner for Team Strangers. And I also want to get some thoughts in from you about how you think this can go.
So my experience with bingo has been sometimes it's really good. Other times it's very embarrassingly bad because I just can't think about routing while playing. So I really love this format. I think it's really good. I like having somebody else like Dangers picking up the routing for me. And so all I got to worry about is doing the run and doing movement. So hopefully I can use my good movement skills to my advantage and just be able to focus on that. And uh, also, I think we got a pretty good chance. I would not know how to predict this outcome at all. So
Yeah, I was under the impression that you really enjoyed this team synergy you guys had going on Danger Stream when I was watching it while you were doing these friendly matches. So I think this can go very well. And I think this is it from us. I think we are ready to go. So it's up to you guys to come up with some good rounds and some good run performances. And I'm excited to see what's possible here.
All right. Good luck, strangers.
Good luck.
Good luck, everyone.
All right, Braiger. And obviously, you have been doing well for yourself in the tournament. Some pretty convincing wins coming up there. And I think you lost to Neo or to Zinpars in the semis. Who was it again?
Yeah, I lost to Neo just by a couple minutes there, but then beat Little Aggie in the bronze match. So
exactly. So basically, third place.
Yeah, third. But yeah, I think this team dynamic is really going to shake things up because not like as Stravo said, you don't have to think about what you're playing, but there's this whole communication aspect now that doesn't come into regular bingo, right? So the router will have their idea, but it's hard to say go get this moon, go get these three purple coins, and so it's going to be interesting how effectively the routers can communicate what they're thinking to the run.
I think it's super interesting because watching pretty much all of these guys do bingo before, I feel like as far as just raw communication goes, Dangers and Strawers have a very, I'm just going to call them Team Strangers from now on. They have a very good synergy, I feel like. When I was watching them do runs together in these friendly matches, it felt super natural. It felt like Dangers was able to explain exactly what he wanted to tell Strawers, and Strawers also was able to understand like the idea that Dangers had in that particular moment, and also having built up some synergy already is huge as well, I think.
Yeah, and I think them both coming from a similar approach to the game really lets them like have the same sort of ideas, right? Like mostly any percent runs or world peace or those categories. Whereas it'll be interesting to see how Zinpars and Smallant do, with Zinpars mainly like knowing a lot of the bingo strats and maybe Smallant being a little less familiar with it. So, but it looks like the runners are getting off. Starting off in Cap Kingdom, they'll be looking at the Stravos and Small. Just gonna focus on gameplay.
Exactly. So for now, I'm pretty sure that, at this particular moment, they're probably already looking at the board and checks for something like a potential cap revisit or even live up hard goals, because these are pretty much the only two things that would change at the very first cap visit. So far, I'm not seeing any live up hard goals, so that's probably something they can ignore. And I'm actually not seeing... Oh, there's actually 4 moons in cap, which is pretty quick as a revisit goes, so they might pick up the checkpoint flag. So let's see if these routers already have figured that out just to be safe, because I'm pretty sure they haven't figured out the full route yet.
And one thing we should be clear on is that the runners are not in the bingo room at all. They can't see the card. This is entirely on the routers to pick the rows and tell the runners like which squares to go for and how to do it in each kingdom. But it looks like both of them grabbing the checkpoint here, going to make their way up to head on over towards Cascade.
This is going to be very interesting. Obviously, this gives us a little chance here to check the board, because just glancing over it, I haven't seen actually any Cascade goals. So we might see 2 very quick any percent style Cascades. Still glancing over it, there is, I think, a pretty quick sub-room goal. Never mind, that's actually in Sand exclusively. So I think there's no Cascade, but the only goal that would kind of make sense would be the all-regional kingdoms, but it's still pretty slow.
Yeah, it's slower in Cascade. Better doing Lost if they're going there, but maybe if they're not going that far, then they would do it in Cascade. But yeah, there's no 8-bits, so no real reason to go for the slower sub area. I think they will probably breeze through it. But yeah, now here's where we might see some routes diverge if they decide to go for purples. But yeah, it's looking like they'll just go through the standard 90% cascade.
So there is, however, a 60 moons in Lake goal, which I think that actually works pretty well with the all regionals. The regionals in Lake are not terribly quick, but if you have a lot to do there, it might work out just fine.
Exactly. Yeah, you gotta visit one of the sub areas and maybe the 8-bit moon, but aside from those, they're pretty out in the open. So we'll see what they decide to go for.
So yeah, looks like they previously decided on not doing any first moon skips because I'm pretty sure it would have been faster on this board as we don't really see any cascade goals as of right now. So probably gentleman's agreement to just pick up this first moon. In this case, it would have probably been pretty easy for the runner to do it because they don't even have to focus on routing. They could just go ahead and play. Seems like they had a little gentleman's agreement there.
There is that 9 story moons goal, so if they're going like really deep into Metro or hitting Snow or Seaside, they might want that one, but
yeah. But usually, obviously, in Triple Bingo, you kind of, if you can, want to avoid finishing in Seaside and Snow. I haven't actually gotten the chance to fully look at the board yet, if that's even like a feasible option. But usually that's how you want to approach this. Also, 9 story moons being technically pretty slow. I guess there's quick story moons in Seaside and Metro if you go there, as you said. But yeah, let's check the board out a bit more now that we got time as they fight Madame Brutal. I'm trying to kind of come up with a route that potentially would be able to finish early, but I'm already kind of struggling. We do see a lot of Seaside goals along the way.
Yeah, it looks like there's at least a Metro. Oh no, that's got Seaside.
Yeah, there's also a Snow goal, and the 9 story moons basically has you go to Metro no matter what. So this looks like a late finish, like off the bat right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that's gonna finish early. I guess you could finish in Metro Day if you were gonna do all the story moons up to that point, but I don't think that's the option. We do see 5 and 6 ground pound moons in season. So
that's a nice synergy. That's true. So I guess the only finish that you could do to finish pre-Seaside or Snow would be column 2, row 5, and
the diagonal.
The diagonal, yeah. Top left to bottom right.
Yeah, I don't see that being the best. Having to purchase 8 costumes and get all the story moons,
Cloud
plus
Revisit
the
as
Ice
well.
Cave treasure, Cloud Revisit. Yep, I don't know.
We do see a little difference here, though, already. It seems like Team LakeClipper is picking up a timer challenge. There is a 4 timer challenge goal on this board, and looks like Small is just struggling a little bit to pick up this moon, getting it right there, though. Team Strangers is already off to Sand, though.
Yeah, looks like Small. Yep, just grabbing that.
Skipping that moon.
Doesn't need it. No treasure chests, no moon totals. But yeah, Team Strangers with the lead heading into Sand, but looking like they're going to avoid those timer challenges. But so in these later boards, when you're finishing Snow Seaside, I think a good sort of bingo philosophy is to try to just do as much like any percent as you can. Like if you're going that deep into the game, you really just want to look at the goals that minimize revisits, minimize anything that's out of the way.
Yeah.
So I think they'll be looking for those.
I guess for Sand, you can kind of argue that the 2 moons from sub areas is doable, especially if it's the one like with the Mo Eyes. That's a really quick sub room. If you just replace 2 different moons with that, that's a fine goal to get, in my opinion.
And if you need coins, there's the bullet bill sub area. Those are both pretty fast. Yeah. You can even replace sort of the.
So Team Strangers actually went back there to pick up the checkpoint, so I'm pretty sure at this point. This basically already confirms that they have the 6 checkpoints in Sand on site, which is technically a pretty quick goal. You can kind of route this well together with some sub-rooms, because there's like a checkpoint next to the Bullet Bill Maze and next to the Jax area. But we'll see. Definitely looking at these checkpoints, though.
And 6 is very forgiving. You can not go to the top of the tower. You can avoid the Moai area completely and still get it. There are 8 checkpoints without the warp painting, so plenty of time. But it looks like Team LakeClipper planting a seed and picking up some region.
Interesting. Haven't actually checked seed goals yet. There is a plan for seed goal though, which this sand one is pretty quick, and I guess the other 3 would probably do in Metro. They're just quick enough, I guess. I don't think any other sand seed is worth.
Yeah, maybe the seaside seed over the 3rd Metro.
Oh, true,
one,
true.
But it would be close. I don't think they're both pretty similar.
Yeah, I can see that. The one on the roof on Metro is pretty quick, but even still, the Caesar one obviously quick as well. We'll see what they end up doing. Stravo's going for his signature. Missing it though.
It's gonna go up the normal way. Oh, having a little trouble there.
Yeah. So one thing that is interesting to note is Team LakeClipper actually picked up some purples, and even though I don't see a purple goal in sand, there is a outfit door goal, and I'm pretty sure you need 15 purples to buy the outfit that you need to get this room.
That is correct. There's also those 8 full costume sets if they're looking for row 5, which wouldn't be too terrible if they're if they're ending in Metro Day.
True.
Yeah, I don't know. Looking back at that the Metro Day finish, it might not be as bad as I had originally. You do need 8 costumes, and you need all the story moons, but you can finish like without getting many moons at all on Metro. All you need are the 4 musicians once you get to but you need the Cloud Revisit.
That's true, because obviously a Metro finish is only really worth finish the Kingdom or like be close to finishing. In this case, you obviously need to finish the Metro. As Team Strangers is performing Sphinx clip here, looking like a single clip approach. Just gonna go back to the Sphinx room here, playing it safe. And Team LakeClipper, in this case, spawned actually at 1 HP here in this 2D tower. It can be pretty scary.
Missing the 2D skip there, but
that's good.
Yeah, looking good. And Strangers picking up all those coins, gonna be very useful if they're going for those full costumes. You can purchase up to 4 costumes with gold coins, or 5 if you go to Seaside. And looks like they're going for the Ice Cream. You really never see this outside of this goal appearing on the card.
Yeah, very interesting. Let's see if Strauss is actually familiar with the movement.
Yeah, looking a little shaky, but he's getting there.
So I'm actually pretty sure that Stravas at some point used to have the all purple coins world record. I'm very sure actually. So he might at least be semi-familiar with this. You obviously need to go into this room to get all the purples.
Yeah. Oh, picking up a bunch of coins. Yeah, they're really looking at those 8 full costume sets for Team Strangers. Or possibly the purchase 5 moons. Also no.
Alright, looks like they will be able to mark off this goal. And it looks like Team LakeClipper is also heading into the Ice Cave treasure. I mean the Ice Cave to get the treasure moon.
Right. And Team Strangers exiting the intended way, getting to Jaxi.
Yeah, this section has a checkpoint there. I'm pretty sure they did pick it up.
Small also having a little trouble in this room taking a bonk.
Yeah, this ice is kind of scary. Oh, ooh, okay, that was super close, but managing to stay alive.
Yeah, you can definitely tell these runners are not quite as familiar with this room. I think their gameplay and the rest will make up for it. Grabbing the birds here. One more checkpoint is going to be near here, but still needs 3 more moons if he's looking to get out of it.
So Smollet actually went back as well to get the coin pile, which kind of signals that they're probably going to be going for some type of cost.
Yeah, they do. Team LakeClipper does look like they're going for the early finish. You do need a lot of coins if you're going for 5 moons and the 8 cost. Small line setting up for LakeClipper. Gets it. Very nice. He's going for a single clip. Team Strangers entering the shop. I don't believe, they don't have enough coins for a costume set, so they just want the moon.
I guess they might buy some coin costume sets, but in this case they wouldn't have bought the moon first, I think.
Yeah.
Looks like they just get the moon here. I guess they kind of miscalculated their moon routing, and they still need 1 moon to leave, so I just get this one.
Oh, are they picking up regionals here? Looking like they might want a costume set as well.
Yeah, maybe that was just a quick routing mistake there.
Yeah, a small miscommunication. Oh, they're picking up the
getting
bird.
the bird here. I guess if they don't want the costume set, that's fine. But if they do get the costume sets, there's probably no real reason to get this bird, since they obviously only need 16 moons. But the way they are playing right now, I'm actually kind of thinking that they might have changed their route mid-sand.
Yeah,
because it looks like
they...
these goals would have been obvious to get earlier, especially in this setting where you have a router basically like show you the way. So I kind of think that they might have changed up their route mid-sand.
Yeah, I think that's a really good theory there. They were just breezing past a lot of purples, especially in the like ice cave room, and there were a bunch along the way that they could. But Team LakeClipper grabbing some extra coin. They do have 2 moons from sub areas.
Yep.
Doesn't look like they're gonna mark it. I think they just want for the coins, because if they are going for the metro finish, they need 5 moons and 8 costume sets, which is gonna take a lot of gold coins.
Yeah, exactly. We also see them warping to the shop real quick to get the outfit here, because it looks like they will surely be using the purples to gain access to the outfit door. This outfit is actually required to open this door. You'll get a quick moon in there, so they won't need any... I guess they... Wait, is there shop moons? Is there a shop moon goal?
I don't think they're going for the outfit door. Yeah, they're going for the purchase 5 moons.
Oh, okay. But they did get the outfit just basically to get the outfit working towards the outfit goal. But
yeah, I think they want those costume sets.
Yeah, exactly.
But neither team going for the 6 checkpoints. Maybe they'll come back through the warp paintings for one, but yeah, it doesn't look. And it looks like neither team going for the metro finish either. Because if you want those 9 story moons, you do have to get moon shards and top of the tower.
Yeah, it's interesting. I thought previously that they would definitely go for these checkpoints, but it looks like, and this is probably Router's work showing off, basically telling the runner to grab this checkpoint at the start of send, being able to warp back to the shop quickly.
Exactly.
So definitely nice micro routing.
Definitely, and it's nice with the router to be able to keep track of all that stuff, but there are those communication issues between the router and the that you got to be careful of.
Yeah. Once again, I'm pretty
Strangers
sure.
Going for late.
This looks good.
Is that... Nope, yep, in the wall. Oh, bonks on the ceiling.
So it looks like they are trying to do it again here. You obviously, as long as you don't get what's called fake clip, you are able to do this as much as you want. If you do get the fake clip and ground point into the oblivion, you will be in trouble. It looks like Straubus is having little issues here to set it up. Incredibly fast in bingo if you want to get these purple coins, but Straubus having some issues there and just deciding to not do it at all.
Team LakeClipper unfortunately not living up to their name and going for LakeClip, but Team Strangers trying not successful, unfortunately.
Yeah,
this
unlucky.
board
Not even
doesn't.
Team LakeClipper.
Yeah, it doesn't really lead into LakeClip because there's really not much in Lake. Maybe those 16 moons they may come back for it, but yeah, it looks like they mostly want world peace for the timer challenge.
Yeah, I guess you could have sneakily picked up the purple coins behind the zippers there to work towards the 15 regionals if that's in their route at all. But even if there's probably even some faster purples. But it looks like Team Strangers...
Yeah, grabbing the purples in the sub area, probably looking for that all regionals one.
Yep. Very sure. And in that case, LakeClip would have been great. Because getting these purples with LakeClip is so much faster than just getting them with opening the zippers, especially the one in the tunnel. It's super slow, but you can get them pretty quickly with LakeClip.
Definitely.
Oh, that was so close.
Yeah, in the sub area, but close. Team LakeClipper doing the timer challenge here. We'll see if they go for the warp painting follow-up or if they leave.
Yeah, this sub was fun, but can get scary.
Falling through the coin, picking up a few more gold coins.
And Team LakeClipper getting once again another timer challenge. They previously picked up a timer challenge in Cascade Kingdom, so definitely working towards that goal while getting this one. Pretty good one. So doing some
sitting at
post
3 right now. So they can get the other in the deep woods, or probably just the one in the sub area metro. Which there.
Yeah. So Team LakeClipper making their way into the dome here. Looks like
hitting the
for a
checkpoint. They're going for the 2 moons from keys here, and this is they want that checkpoint work back. So we might see a lost ram come out from them, because that's really the only other key you can get without needing world peace or. They're picking up the key. Gonna have to go back to the moon. And Team Strangers finishing up World Peace and Lake. They're looking for those 16 moons total. But like as you mentioned earlier, Linky, very nice to pair the 16 moons with the all regionals.
Yeah, and actually the second key is going to be the far more interesting one when you get both keys, because there's a pretty cool strat you can do in Lost to skip the Wiggler and just get that key with actually a little capture warp back to Glidon. You can kind of do some creative routing there. I'm pretty sure we are going to be seeing that at least for... Actually, I'm not completely sure, because usually these longer category runners, and we actually don't really have any of them here, but I'd say someone like Kerbis or someone that runs darker side is very familiar with this Glidon Dram, or TNT is what people call the moon. The moon is called TNT no matter what. It's like the twist and turn up treasure, but getting it with Glidon is something that only really longer categories would do, so I'm interested if they are familiar with it.
Team LakeClipper grabbing more regionals, looking like they want to end in the shop here. Again, picking up their 3rd costume and probably another moon. Oh, deciding to go for the extra coins here. They're really looking to purchase moons and purchase costumes. Team Strangers finishing up the regional coins here. They still have quite a few more to get, but also need 6 more moons.
Alright, so let me actually think. There is 2 timer challenges in Lake, and they already got 1 in Cascade. What would be the best one to still get? I guess if they go to Metro, the one in the subroom is very quick. There is one in the Deep Woods.
Yeah, Metro is definitely going to be their best op if they're going that way. But
yeah.
There is 24 moons in Wooded, so Deep Woods might not be a terrible option. Team Strangers might be thinking about that if they're going for 4 timers, because they did skip the 1.
Exactly. And yeah, we see here on Stranger's screen how much they would have benefited from that lake clip, as Strauss has to make his way over to the treasure chest now, which seems pretty dreaded this way. Definitely would have been a lot faster doing this with the lake clip, but what can you do if you miss it and it doesn't work? Just gotta go the slow way.
Yeah, exactly. Team LakeClipper on their way out of Lake, gonna be heading over to Wooded next. And Strangers thinking about which purple coins they missed, possibly, or thinking about where to go. I think that was just a brief moment where maybe Dangers had something in mind, but Stravos wasn't quite sure. And it's just those little bits of communication that are difficult in this form.
Exactly. Team Strangers still in Lake getting these notes here. There's obviously more purples that they do need to get at this point. So they will basically wait for the platform to make its way over there to grab these 4 purple.
Just needing 6 more before they have those all regional. Team LakeClipper buying another moon here. This is going to be their 3rd purchase. Still need 2 more.
Yep. Alright, so far this is looking like the only thing that I'm pretty sure about at this point is column 2 and the diagonal, but I'm still looking for the 3rd line.
Yeah, don't know if they're looking at for Team Strangers. Yeah, I'm probably looking at column. And they might be looking at a row 3, or they want the 16 moons late. Row 3, column 5.
True.
I think row 3 is probably a little bit faster, but it does have that cap revisit. But 4 moons, not. And another place to purchase a moon if they're going to. All they need is that checkpoint there. Whereas Team LakeClipper, possibly they're thinking about those 8 costume sets. Probably a row 5, column 2 in diagonal, maybe. But small lamp grabbing some nuts. Gonna need 10 of those to check off that goal. And picking up regional coins as well. Wooded generally having some very fast regionals. Good spot to pick up a costume set, especially with the shop just out in the...
Yeah. It looks like we are reporting some Discord cutouts, so it might be better if we like both restart Discord. Maybe you'll go first, I'll take over the commentary for a bit, and then I do the same, so we basically get these cutouts potentially out of the way because people have been complaining about them.
Sounds good. Yep,
So
I will go ahead and restart.
So I guess I just take over from here. Team Strangers is making their visit into the lake shop. Obviously, they will also need get a moon here from the shop. It looks like Team LakeClipper is collecting quite a few purples here. Definitely won't be picking up all of the purples in this kingdom. This has 100 purples, so it's one of the slow potential all purple coins ideas you could do. They potentially want to get that outfit later on.
All right, how does that sound?
Sounds good right now. No complaints yet.
Okay. Yeah, I can take over for a second here.
Yeah, it seems like it was actually good on my end. Just some cutouts there for you, but it seems like it sounds fixed right now. I don't see any comments.
So we got Team Strangers leaving Lake. Gonna be on their way to Wooded, but LakeClipper quite a bit ahead here.
Yeah,
like going for different roads.
Strangers did end up picking up a shop moon in Lake as well. Obviously, we kind of predicted that already. And LakeClipper is going out of their way here to get some purple coins. They probably won't get all purple coins here, but looks like they want to get a quick outfit in.
Definitely.
Right. LakeClipper entering Wooded Tower. Definitely pretty quick moons. I'm pretty sure they will skip out on these purples here. They are one of the slowest.
Yeah, they just want the nut from the tower. And might be heading up to the upper portion of Wooded after Spewart. They just need a couple more nuts from there. Possibly another story moon if they're looking for that.
Yeah. And Strangers is picking up their 4th moon here as well. Also, their 3rd, I think? No, wait. Sand. Yeah, their 3rd so far. But since they will probably be revisiting Cap, you get access to another shop there. Wait, do you? Is the Cap shop pre-game? It's not, right?
Yes. Cap shop is there. And that'll be one of their quick 4 moons.
Oh no. Team LakeClipper is struggling actually.
In danger here. Gonna pick up a heart just to be on the safe side. Alright, stopping in Spewart cycle a bit early there, but not quite ideal. But he's handling it alright. And Team Strangers grabbing another nut here. Or one of their first. So it looks like both teams wanting that 10 nut goal.
Yep. Spewart ended up being defeated here. It was a tough one for Team LakeClipper, especially small in there. It looks like Team Strangers is going for some nut clip ideas. Stravos getting that clip, he should be super confident with this one, since this is basically a key component of any percent run these days. Very solid movement there as well. I'm pretty sure they might be looking for some kind of any percent wooded idea, and basically just get these. I mean, the shop mode even is an any percent as well.
Yeah, the nice thing about LakeClip or Nut Clip is that you can get 10 nuts before beating Spewart. which is not normally possible without this route. So
But actually, yeah, they do need this one though. I think. Wait, do they? Yeah, I think they need the one on the cliff's edge. I think it's called a cliff's end.
Yeah, like all the way around here. Yeah, looking like they're going for it. Or are they stopping by the sub area?
No, I'm pretty sure you do need. Wait, actually, okay, let me count. So, this movement is scary. This is not open
Very
yet.
close. Yeah, no, not this one. There's one further below, just down
this
by
is
those
so
platforms
funny
there.
because I'm
Danger's not known. There it is.
No, I'm completely sure what's happening right now. They just was probably like, "Can you get the one nut?" I was like, "Wait, what nut? I don't know about this because this is not an any percent like at all, and he might have not have gotten this in bingo before. So he basically blindly was going around to find the nut."
Exactly, but he's got it now, and so after this nut, right behind the wall here, he's gonna have the 4 nuts that aren't in any percent, or well, I guess there's another one now from NutClip, but they're gonna be able to get 10 nuts and end on Spewart, or even before Spewart, which should save some time over Team LakeClipper if they're also looking for just the 10 nut goal.
Yeah, I'm trying to basically calculate right now. I'm actually, now that I'm thinking of it, I'm pretty sure they made a mistake there because they did skip out on the climb the cliff to get the nut.
Ah, they did. Yeah, they do need that one.
Yeah, they
We'll
either
see if
need
they
this
go
one or
back
the
for
one
it.
from the sub room, which both of them. I mean, the cliff one at this point seems pretty slow, but the sub room seems pretty slow as well.
Yeah. That is definitely unfortunate. Let's see if they go back for that after.
Exactly.
Team LakeClipper grabbing another story moon there. Definitely looking like they want that 9-story moon, so going to a row 5 and possibly column 2 BLTR. Though they didn't get moon shards, so they are going to have to go to at least snow or seaside to pick up another story moon.
Yeah, and it looks like if they go for row 3 here, this is pretty. I mean, it's not easy because the story moons are quite slow in snow, but the checkpoint goal is super quick. You can just get this one as you basically enter Shiveria on the ice well.
Yeah, it's
That's what
true.
the checkpoint is called.
And if you're just going for 1 story moon, it's not too bad because you can just sort of grab it and then leave.
Okay, this is exactly. Yeah. And Smallland is definitely aware of this nut here. I'm pretty sure this was actually in Task Season 1, and this is like this kind of game knowledge that you have if you do like more than just any percent. And obviously, Strawboss has been doing bingo before, but there's a lot of stuff that he might be not as familiar with as Smallland, who obviously not only did very well in Tasks Season 1 himself, but also came up with the entirety of Season 2, so he definitely knows all of these little things of the game as well.
Yeah, and Zinpars routing on his side, you know, being the victor of the Triple Bingo tournament, definitely going to know the locations of all these and be able to direct Smallland on a nice route. But looking like Team LakeClipper is done with Wooded. Going to be moving on here. We'll see if they decide to backtrack to Cap or if they're going to keep going through Lost and all the way to Metro. But Team Strangers probably coming back for the nut on the cliff now, realizing that they're 1 short.
Yeah, let's see. This movement is actually pretty hard. I'm not sure. No, you can. I'm pretty sure you can't long jump. Can you? Wait, you can?
Like he's going to wall jump here.
Oh, he just long jumps to this
There,
section and then
that's
basically, yeah. And it's actually possible to get up to the nut immediately with like a cap vault.
Yeah.
But it's
I don't
super
know how
hard.
familiar Stravos is with that movement.
Exactly.
Yeah. But as you can see there, Team Strangers coming into Wooded much later, but getting the same goals and leaving sooner.
Even with this little routing, but actually it's not really a routing mistake because the way they picked up the cliff's end, or what it's called, that like the one after the like pole swinging section, this nut that leads you to the pipe close to Goombet, is actually I mean, they basically had to get it at this time, which made it impossible for them to pick up the cliff. I mean, I guess they could have like made their way back up after the pipe and then like go back to the cliff and get the nut around the corner a little bit later. But it's hard to tell. Like these micro routes is what's making bingo so hard occasionally.
Exactly. If they had done rock cliff maybe instead of the nut clip, that might have been able to get both.
That's actually so smart. Yeah, that's actually so much better. If they did rock, like get cliff nut, like actually no, the next level strat would have been they did like nut clip with the gate skip idea, and then do, like
exactly, and then clip again.
Yeah, this would have been like in the high IQ play, because actually you can still make your way back up without the moon in the rock wall. You can just jump out of bounds and like wall jump to go up.
Okay.
Wow. Now that I realized this, I just realized how much I would have loved to see that. But it's too late at this point. It would have been pretty incredible. I'm definitely going to bring this up in post-match. Let's see if Danger's mind will expand. But this is obviously super hard to come up like on the fly. Like we realize this now, and the section in which they clipped is already like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, and then
like
we were
8.
watching them the whole time. Yeah. The Small Ant entering Lost, looking like he's going for all regionals.
Yeah,
in this game.
yeah. They haven't picked up all regional coins yet, and this is probably the best place to do it.
Yeah, I think this will end up even being faster than Lake, despite the 16 moons. Just the Lost regionals are so compact, everything's close together. They're probably looking for the Lost Ram with Glidon anyway, so they'll be back for the 3 coins.
Yeah, so far this is actually looking like the all purple coins route. And wait.
Small Ant just struggling to get in there. Oh,
okay.
Gets Cappy in and gets
No,
stuck himself. All right, making his way out. Back on a more normal route here.
Yeah, okay. This is actually, I think, not the all purple coins route anymore. But let's see. I mean, they also do need a shop mode here. I guess they want to get a shop mode here, so they can't do the full all-purple coins route.
Yeah, and looking for Glidon to do Lost Ram. You also got another free moon up here, some coins. Pretty valuable area. And we'll see if Team Strangers is going to go for that as well, or if they're just going to take a Wiggler over.
So it looks like LakeClipper, Team LakeClipper, in this case, Smoland will be doing this strat. Okay, this is very interesting, because this is not the most common way to do this strat in the longer categories. Most people have Glidon. Oh, this is not going to work. Oh, it actually would have worked.
Close. Very
I don't know
close.
why it didn't work, actually.
He was just a little too early on the cap grab.
Home. You need to basically home immediately while, like, after the dive to make this strat work, and Smoland is playing it pretty safe here. Most of the time when I see people do this, they do it on the lower ledge, like to the left of the moon. Okay, this might work. Wait, he did... Oh, okay, this is the weird one, where you get the key and the moon spots afterwards. Nice.
Very
still
nice
got the strat, probably still saving time.
Yeah,
but
much
like,
faster than just taking the Wiggler, exactly. Gonna grab these regionals, and he's got the nice checkpoint up there. You can just head right back.
Oh, I guess Death Warp even faster.
Yeah, a little faster, but gonna cost him those 10 coins. We'll see if they want those for the costume sets or purchasing moons. Taking the light on again. Gonna go grab some purples and then sort of come back using the sling.
Right, and getting these 4 purples. Like, keeping Glidon alive, dude. What nice guy is he? He's chilling on this lonely island now, but he's alive at least.
I mean, after everything that Glidon's done for him, I think it was well deserved.
Deserved, exactly.
And Team Strangers not feeling confident in Lost Ram, so going to be taking the Wiggler over.
This is interesting, because I'm very sure Dangers would have been capable of doing this, since he's running a lot of Darker Side, but Stravos have not running this category, like Darker Side, opting to just pick up the Wiggler. They do need the key. Would have been faster to do the key dram strat there, or like key capture warp, but in this case it's just faster to do it like say, because if you do die, it's all worse.
Yeah, absolutely. And Small Ant using some nice down throws to pick up the regionals under these propellers. But Team Strangers pulling ahead on Kingdoms, but again going for different roads, so we'll see what they end up with.
Exactly. Looks like Team LakeClipper is gonna do the Captain
very close.
Will they actually be able to save it? Nice.
Yep.
Definitely not the fast moon, but obviously access to some pretty quick coins, such and as well this moon is fine. Since they literally just were at this position, so it's okay.
I think even coming past this position, if they're going everywhere for all the regionals, I think better off to skip that conversation, and they're faster moons, even if you're right next to Toad.
Yeah,
not too bad.
One interesting thing, one thing that is super interesting that many people actually do not even know about. I don't think it's going to play effect in this game, but if you talk to Captain Toad like once during the game, the next Captain Toad is actually going to speed up, because the first Captain Toad like introduces himself. So if you pick up 2, there's like some mini synergy, but I don't even see why they would get another Captain Toad in this.
Yeah, it's true. Maybe the Metro one, but yeah, not looking likely.
Right.
Team Strangers
14.
in Night Metro.
14 purples to go for Team LakeClipper here.
Mhm.
Ones they still need. Probably the ones close to like the trapezium and the block section, yeah. There's a bunch of them like in this like little poison waterfall, and then there's even more on the low edge here. Yep, exactly there. Seems like Smollett is a little lost though. This was definitely not the most efficient purple routing. Once again, the most efficient purple routing is basically what the like all purple coins speedrun category uses, but wouldn't have been even possible for them to do this route fully since they do need the key and they do need the shop moon.
Yeah, I think a lot of this is coming from Zinpars having like a very clear idea of where he wants to go and how he wants to route these purples, but just speaking about purple coins is really hard. It's fine to say like I can get this moon, or like go get that moon. Oh, it's the moon by Klepto on the tree. But saying like the 3 purples that are hanging over the cliff, like it's just...
these ones are like the perfect example. What would you even say? Like the 3 purples close to the tree, but there's actually like oh. And I just realized that Smollett probably missed 1 purple in one pot. So this is gonna be a little awkward.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's one of the propeller pillar ones that he couldn't see.
Probably. That's more.
Yeah, he didn't see it. But there's all 50. I can't warp from a
the pole there.
pole. Yeah, needs 1 more moon and then you can go get the last moon in the shop. But Team Strangers already on Mecha Wiggler, full Night Metro ahead. Team LakeClipper losing a lot of time to this loss, just not knowing the purples. And
Smollett not being very lucky with this the stone cave moon here. Getting into it seems to be a little hard.
yeah, he gets there though, and now ready to warp up top and finish up Lost Kingdom here. So it does look like they want that Metro finish, but I don't recall them doing moon shards, which they need for those 9 story moons.
It's true. I guess no. Okay, it's definitely obviously worse to finish Metro and then go to C-set for a story moon. But what could they even do at this point? I mean, Team Strangers looking pretty committed to the route we brought up earlier, which is going to be column 2, row 3, and the diagonal.
Yeah, and if they're going for row 3, they're going to have to do that cap revisit that Team LakeClipper won't need to worry about.
Yeah, I guess it gives access to a shop moon if you need a moon there anyways. That's definitely one way to do it. There's obviously some like 4 moons is pretty easily done in cap. There's quick 4 moons, especially there's actually another Captain Toad that you can get kind of quickly after the checkpoint, and then you can pick up the shop and potentially the moon, like,
timer challenge. Not too bad either. Yeah. But Team Strangers going for these seeds here, probably going to plant at least 1 or 2 of these, possibly all 3. I think they only have 1 seed planted so far.
Exactly. Yeah, probably going to be going for all 3, since I mean they will go to snow.
Yeah,
so
I don't think they're looking at seaside.
Yeah.
Going for scoot clip here. Stravos knowing his any % runs.
Yeah, very quick.
Yep.
Yeah, once again, they will still need this 3rd seed as far as I can tell. Because if they go to snow, they won't have access to another one. It looks like they'll just do it now.
Yeah,
pretty actually super interesting use of the pole there.
Yeah, very cool because you don't really ever come back by this area of Metro unless you're coming for the guitarist or jump rope. But
yeah, there's a jump rope hero goal on this, but we figured out pretty quickly that they won't be doing row 1 or column 3.
Yeah, just unfortunately very slow with those 8 moons seaside and 6 ground pound moons. Neither of those are very fast goals at all. Smallant struggling in Metro here.
Yeah, Smollett has been having a little issues here with this move, and once again, he brought up earlier that this is kind of hard for him to do right now. He has been working on a like blindfolded full game speedrun, like some any % blindfold ideas, which is gonna be crazy. But obviously, you practice an entirely different skill set on this than on like a full game speed or even a bingo.
Definitely. And Small and Zinpars, this being their first time working together, it can be just difficult between them because it's very overwhelming. If you're just used to sort of doing your own thing, having someone like feed you the route and trying to figure out what you're doing is quite difficult.
Exactly.
Team LakeClipper ignoring all the moons here, so it looks like they may want to be going back to sand. Or did they get moon shards and we totally missed?
I'm pretty sure they didn't, because this is like one of the slowest moons, and you do need, I think, the other story moon to even activate it, so I think it's hard to miss.
Yeah.
But yeah, Team Strangers is getting some story way. And once again, this might be an idea, as you said earlier, that they probably will just beat Mecha Wiggler and they go back to sand. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see what they opt for. But Team Strangers just grabbing fast moons here, looking like they're gonna be on their way to cap and then snow, and they need to go back for picture match at some point as well.
Yeah. Yeah, this actually even though Team Strangers seems pretty far ahead, they will need at least, it looks like, 2 revisits, being Cap and Cloud.
Yeah, but Team LakeClipper also gonna be needing those revisits to Sand and Cloud.
Yeah, and then Sand probably just being like routing mistake. I don't want to blame Zinpars on this because usually he's like insanely good as far as routing goes, obviously winning the last tourney. But sometimes you just overlook that one little detail and forget, okay, actually we need 9 story moons, so we missed 1. I'm trying to remember if they even picked up the first story moon. Do you remember?
Small Ant was definitely in the tower. So
in the tower, true.
Yeah,
and they also,
so maybe they did do moon shards. Did we? We could have totally missed that while Strangers was in an ice cave, maybe.
That would be interesting. But I think that they definitely went into the ice cave, but I kind of blacked out between the tower and the ice cave because I was focusing on Stravos doing the ice cave.
Yeah.
So maybe they did it during
maybe
that.
They did. Yeah.
Okay, that would be.
Then we're crazy.
Yeah. Commentators potentially slipping up. We don't know yet. They will revisit Sand if they want to do that, but I guess they maybe would have actually already like done it. I don't know. I mean, they might wait until the very end. I'm not sure.
That's true.
We probably just missed it, to be honest.
Yeah. But planting those seeds, and Team Strangers only needing 1 more moon. Probably gonna purchase their last moon here.
Yeah, they will need to go to snow real quick, and looking at story moons, I think the fastest one you can get is the fastest one you can get would be the one with the typhus. No,
yeah,
actually, never mind.
I think all they need is a checkpoint. Yeah.
Exactly. For some reason, I thought they need 1 moon, but they obviously don't.
Yeah, and doing snow first is going to be a good option because when you go back to the Odyssey, like without any moons, you can just warp right away. You don't have to watch that little cutscene of depositing moons that they're watching right now. So it would be good to go to snow and then dip back into the other 2 kingdoms. Probably cap first and then ending on picture match.
Yep. Looks like Team LakeClipper is gonna be buying I think it should be their 5th moon at this point, so they will be able to mark off the purchase 5 moon goal. Never mind, did they even go for purchase moons now that I think of it? They did get a moon earlier, but I'm not even, that shouldn't even, no, that's obviously in their route because of the diagonal, so marking that one off. I mean, they just marked it off. They didn't get the moon yet, but I'm
just probably pressing the wrong button there. Purchased the costume, but the moon. And Mario looking very snazzy now.
Yeah, definitely hot. As Team Strangers is actually approaching the checkpoint. Oh, there's no way. Oh my god, Stravos.
Going for Snowdram, this is the fastest checkpoint.
That setup was super quick. If it actually makes it, it would be impressive.
Oh,
wow.
Perfect.
Okay, what a stylish play.
Wow. There is a very fast and safe checkpoint if you just jump down.
On the ice wall, yeah.
But much faster than having to warp, and Strava's probably saving a good 10-15 seconds with that strat.
True. Confidence paying off there. I feel like maybe his confidence was like being messed with after failing LakeClipper a couple times, but this one is definitely a strat he's way more familiar with doing this on all of his runs.
Yeah.
And can definitely see
that
also.
He really knows what he's doing. going to picture match, and then looks like they'll be ending in cap. But Team LakeClipper just looking for those musicians. They're gonna need a timer challenge and picture match.
Yep.
Possibly a couple more costume sets. I think they just need another like 20 regionals or so to purchase one more there. Yeah, Small Ant grabbing the garbage can there. This is going to come down to the wire. A very, very close match.
Well, actually, now that you say it, am I like overlooking a timer challenge goal? Is it even in their row?
I think they're going row 5 as well. They still need the costume sets, the story moons, and
Oh,
the
true.
timers.
They've been working towards that, obviously. Yeah. This is interesting. So they'll still need to basically just talk to all the musicians here real quick. Get the timer challenge probably in the like crowded sub room with the crowd like walking around, roaming around. Should be the fastest one at this point. And they do need to make a backtrack to Sand and actually we still don't know about Sand. If they
I think they must have done it. Yeah. But we'll see.
It's still gonna be Strange as the upper hand here. It looks like they are still slightly ahead. Getting 4 moons in cap should be very quick. They do need to purchase a moon, which that's going to be one of their cap moons. But even still, it looks like they probably will be able to finish within the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, I think so, because Team LakeClipper is still going to have to go back to do picture match.
Yep. And since Team LakeClipper did not mark off the purchase 8 full costume sets goal yet, that actually is a pretty interesting thing as well, because where would they even get that?
Yeah, I think they're doing one more gold coin costume set. They just didn't quite have enough coins when they entered the shop before. I think just a slight error there.
Yeah. And Team Strangers looking to get some purple coins here. It looks like they... Wait. Do they still need... they still need outfit sets.
Yeah, they still need 3 outfits, yep. Sitting at 184 coins, just a little too short.
Strawber's using some frog vectors here to get the frog jump moon in the Bonneton City.
Picking up some purples on the way. Oh.
Frog hopefully not despawned.
Yeah, very close. Okay.
I just barely made.
Oh, Small Ant stuck on the pedestrian there, but makes it by.
Okay.
There's the timer challenge. Yep. And opting to just leave instead of warping. Don't know where he's going.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Yep.
Oh, they can do sewer clip. That's so much. So they
brilliant. Yeah, they skipped. Yeah, they're gonna do that.
Maybe not. Maybe yes. Okay, I think Asmode was like unsure if he was going to do it. Maybe he's giving it a few. Yeah, and this is a clip you really need practice with. That's probably one of the hardest ones. Like all of these.
I think Zinpars and Small Ant realizing they're a little desperate at this point, knowing Strangers, all they need to do is get these cap goals. So going for every little bit of time save they can. But yeah, this definitely being faster than Moon Shards, our idea earlier. So Zinpars, as usual, knowing exactly what he's doing.
Yep.
Never should have doubted him.
Yeah, super clever. We just didn't kind of like look at this moon because usually these are the outside kind of story moons, but this is obviously a story moon. It is, I guess it's not too quick as well because obviously you need to watch like the cutscene of the thing powering up. If you do get the clip, this should be a pretty quick story moon, but without the clip, it's probably not the best one you could get. But Shards probably being even worse.
Yeah, definitely. And one more costume set. Strange. Closing it out here. Just need to purchase one more moon.
And that's gonna be it as they get the moon added to the counter here.
5110.
Well, is that actually the official goal? I think usually you end your timer if you like if the moon gets it. That's at least what they did.
So their final time is going to be. I think for purchase goals, it's when you select purchase, but.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, they did definitely finish before Team LakeClipper here. On their timer, it's going to be 51:18.
Oh, go back to cap. Looking like Team LakeClipper short one costume set. Didn't quite get enough.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's
either
what I
needed
brought up.
needed more gold coins, or like another 200 gold coins, or another like 45 regionals from Wooded or something. It would have been a lot. So
Exactly.
looking like Team Strangers' route probably paying off a little more here. The 9 story moons just being pretty slow. You still had to go through a lot of day metro, and even though they had to do a cap revisit, it just looks like Team LakeClipper going for purchase 5 moons and the 8 costume sets was just a bit ambitious.
So I feel like it's obviously always down to execution, but just imagine if they didn't have to do this cap revisit here,
Yeah.
and they got not Lake Clip, the sewer clip, and also like Smaller definitely had a lot of issues in Lost, with
Yeah,
his
definitely.
movement. I feel like this could have been a toss-up. Like you could have potentially maybe won with this route depending on execution, but that's usually how Bingo goes, not unless you pick an obvious bad route.
Yeah, it's true.
Like
And
this one wasn't really bad.
Team Strangers missing Lake Clip, probably losing at least a minute to that. So, a couple mistakes on both ends, but still very clean play from both. We saw some great execution from Stravos with the Snowdram there, and Smallland been playing well this whole time.
Yeah, definitely.
2 incredibly skilled players.
I'm still gonna bring up our 200 IQ Wooded idea. Let's hear Danger's thoughts on this. But looks like Team LakeClipper will actually get a moon here. No, it was warped to the Odyssey. For some reason, I thought they actually warped to the cap tower, but it was just warping back to the Odyssey here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna need this picture match now.
All right, let's see if we see the second Smiling Goomba. Team Strangers gifting us a Smiling Goomba earlier actually kind of went below the radar, but that's obviously... It's pretty easy to get that first moon here. In this one, you can mess up a lot of stuff and still get 60 points. But let's see, because it seems like this is going to be the last thing Team LakeClipper has to do on their side as well. Potentially even finishing with the sub 55. I don't know exactly how fast you can get this optimally. But that timing is, as far as I know, going to end as the moon gets added in this case.
Yeah. Oh, going for Mario's eyebrow? No, just
capturing the wrong brow.
Yeah. But once they're done here, we'll get the runners back in for post-game interviews, see how that went. I'm curious to see how their communication was working. Like, there were things that I'm sure maybe that we didn't see that they were talking about, and they decided on different roads here, but we'll see what their thoughts are on the route.
All right, looks like we will get a second Smiling Goomba though.
Looking great from Team LakeClipper, finishing sub 55. Definitely not bad times for either of them for having to go all the way to Day Metro. This card being one of the longer cards. Yeah.
All right, we do have all runners and routers joining us at the same time, so this is going to be a little bit chaotic. So I'm just going to get to people once at a time, starting with, I guess, the routers again. And in this case, starting with Dangers, since he ended up getting the win there for Team Strangers. And yeah, Dangers, GG's on the win at first. And tell me, how was that process? What went well? What went a little dodgy?
Well, it was really interesting. The first thing I noticed is that if you were going to be shooting for a no snow seaside route, there was really only one option you had. So I definitely saw the route that Team LakeClipper ended up going with, but that row 5 really just didn't rub me the right way. So I decided, you know what? All we have to do in snow is get one checkpoint, and then we can just start doing some quick backtracking. So I figured that was the way to go. And as far as routing was concerned, it was very easy to kind of add in some of these extra things, and I even Stravos was coming up with some stuff on the fly, like that whole metro route was basically any percent except planting seeds and buying one thing from the shop, and he came up with that kind of idea to kind of route around and then grab that last seed. So that was it was all really smooth. I think there was only a couple of things that maybe were a little bit of hiccups. I think Strav made up for it with some movement, including Snowdram at the end, very spicy. and left side for the second time on the cap revisit. So
true. Yeah, there's a lot of cool things happening. I really like that metro idea with basically getting the pole to get back to the seat. Also, definitely very, very smart choice to do Snowdrum there if you have the confidence. That's definitely the quickest checkpoint you can get. Not that much confidence on the lost key strat. I cannot blame him. I'm going to get to you, Strava, in a second. The one thing that we wanted to bring up, because we had like this mind mind blown idea there for Wooden, is like routing in. We thought it would be possible to, and this is like this how interesting micro routing is. But it would have probably been possible to do nut clip, skip the gate, get the nut, and then rock clip back to get up to the other nuts. It would have been like crazy.
Yeah, we were actually kind of talking about that as the time went on, and the reason that the route kind of fell off the rails in Wooded is because I didn't realize that the spinning platform's treasure was blocked off until post Spirit. So we ended up having to kind of like change up what we were doing a little bit there, but other than that, like it went pretty smooth, I thought.
Yeah, I think one more thing. What was your adaptation on the lake clip route? So after not working, or lake clip not working for a second there, like when did you decide to call it off, and how did you reroute around that?
It was that one's a question for Stravos.
Yeah, I honestly, man, the clips were going good. I think I remember the clipping itself was good, but I kept getting stuck on the ceiling. So I just gave up. I just realized I still don't know how to do out of bounds movement as well as I need to do late clip. So I gave up. I just knew there were other options that we could do. It wasn't too big of a deal. I needed to go in a lot of places for purple coins anyways, so
yeah, turn out fine. Probably would have been nice to get that lake limit, but definitely not as we see game deciding. One more question for you. I guess the lost key strat is just probably something you like don't do at all because you don't run these longer categories.
Yeah, I thought about practicing it before the race, but I just decided to I practiced lake clip instead.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, that's definitely one of these calls that you have to make. And I feel like if you miss that key strat once and die, it's already not worth it anymore. So I can definitely respect just carrying the Wiggler to be safe. But yeah, let me get to Team LakeClipper, ending just behind, still getting a nice time. And Zinpars, you decided to go for the pre-seaside, pre-snow finish here. So tell me your thought process on this route.
Yes, I once again got baited by pre-seaside, pre-snow, which is kind of usual for me. When I chose the route, I realized that it might not be the best. Because, it might not be the best, but I decided to still go with it because I thought, 9 story modes are just a few musicians in Metro, no big deal. 8 outfits is kind of rough, but we can still do it. I have to say I kind of forgot that we have to get 5 moons as well. So, I mean, I realized it relatively early, but I still decided not to change the route. But yeah, I was definitely underestimating the 9 story moons because we spent so much time in Metro and Wooded was so slow because, as the other team did, we could just skip Spirit and do the nut clip and get all the nuts before doing any slow moons.
I agree. But well, Smallen, tell me, just not including how this race actually ended up being, but just tell me how it felt to basically get led through the entire run, focusing more on the running side of things, because obviously you have played bingo before, but just tell me how it felt, how the difference felt. Was it more relaxing? Was it easier? Was it harder?
With this, it was more. It was definitely more relaxing. Yeah, I could focus on the game itself a little bit more, but there was still some added pressure. Didn't want to let Zinpars down. He's the winner of the bingo tournament. I'm basically under pressure to do well. So for most of my movement, I really think I did a good job. I didn't make any crazy mistakes. There was a few bonks here and there, but overall it was good. I played it safe in some areas, like the key dram. I made sure that I did not die on that key dram. Took me
probably actually still saving time though. Even with a third attempt, the Wiggler is so slow. I think you might have still saved 5 seconds or something there.
But I think overall I played well. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to my next race, which I think is now.
I might need to confirm that, but actually, now that I look at it, it seems to be actually the next match against Brygay, who's in the call right now, and Otmi in Team Brime. So looking forward to this one. And now you guys are already warmed up. Obviously, you kind of found your way. And yeah, we see how this goes. I'm excited for this one. Just as a closing thought, I also want to know from Stravas. Obviously, you have been doing this before, but just give us an idea, because obviously this is something new. How does it feel as a runner to focus more on the running side of things and less on?
Yeah. So personally, again, it's just really nice to not have to focus on routing, because that's my least favorite part of bingo. And that's kind of all of bingo. But yeah, it's just I like having Dangers as a partner because he's very good at communicating. I think we communicate pretty well. And it's fun because I get to focus a little bit more on the exact movement that I want to do as well, and we can like kind of ask each other questions on the exact movement and stuff. In the end, I guess I have the final say on the micro routing. But
yeah, I guess you decide at the end of the day. He can tell you whatever he wants, but I guess you do it or you don't. But yeah, super interesting. GG's on that first match. Once again, this is no knockout stage. We basically have a little single round robin here. So we will see which teams do the best, and there is going to be a final match between the two best teams. Once again, this is a little fun tourney here, basically killing the waiting time before we go into the YGG any percent SMO tournament, which is going to be huge and super exciting. I can't wait for this one. But for now, we are going to be going into a quick intermission, basically setting up for the next match between Team LakeClipper and Team Brime, featuring Brygay, my co-commentator for this match, and Otmi. So do not go anywhere. And yeah, prepare for the next match about to come very soon. And see you guys in a bit.